welcome to my channel. It's me, Alexa, and I don't know why I said it's me because I can't assume that you know me. So I get a lot of questions about my Instagram and my posing, and I decided, why don't I just make a video about it? So here I am. Whoa, oh my gosh, I almost fell off this chair. So I get a lot of questions about my Instagram and my posing and things like that. So I decided to make a video about my tips and tricks and my top poses that I use on Instagram. If you're interested about that, keep watching. So these are my top poses that I always do, and I probably will do for the rest of my life. So the first one is the head tilt. So I like to tilt my head to the side or to play with where my chin is, if my chin's up, down, sideways, or turning my head away from the camera and looking at it. Just play with that, but tilting your head really adds an extra added layer. Extra added? Okay. Tilting your head really adds an added layer. Adds an added? But if you tilt your head, it adds a layer to your shots and kind of adds more texture to it. So play with where your chin is, play with where you're looking, play with which axis your head is on, and you'll see a lot more dimension in your photos than usual. This next one I do a lot is framing my face with my hands. So if you put your hands up around your face and play with moving your hands around your face, it tends to draw attention to whatever's happening here. So if you have cool sunglasses on or normal glasses, if you have a pop and lip color on, or if your makeup is extra snatched, then you want to use this pose because it really draws the eye to what's happening right here, and it also makes you feel really fierce. So just move it slowly. Don't put your hands there and like freeze, and really relax your fingers. And when you keep all those things in mind, this pose tends to go really well. So the next one is looking off to the side. This is super easy, and this is one I would recommend if you're getting used to posing and if you're new at being in front of the camera. So look off to the right, look off to the left, pick something in the distance and just stare at it. And hold that pose as the photographer gets it, and then move to the other side. You can also move and look straight to the side and then move slowly back looking at the camera. So picking like different things to look at as you make your way back to eye contact with the lens, and you'll tend to get some really cool shots that way too. This next one is really good, especially for people who tend to take a lot of style photos or personal fashion pictures. So pull on or play with anything that you're wearing, whether it's a jacket, your hat, your sunglasses, your necklace. Pull on it, play with it. Especially if you have a jacket on, take it off, and there's so many different things you can do. You can put it on slowly, or you can put it over your shoulders and wear it like that. But play with what you're wearing and you'll get a lot of cool shots just based on that one thing. This last one I tend to do a lot. You should probably leave it until the end, because I learned the hard way that when you do this one towards the beginning of a shoot, then you have dirt, dust, leaves, sticks, bugs stuck to your butt for the rest of the shots. I've also messed up some pants this way, so make sure that you check out the floor before you sit on it, but this gets some really cool shots as well. So I like to do a straddle when I sit on the floor because it makes my legs look super long, and I also feel like it adds this high fashion street style look to my shots in a way that's really easy to do. So if you want to add length to your sitting on the ground shots, put your legs out straight in a V in front of the camera, and make sure that you put your hands down instead of putting them up, so that you don't feel like your crotch is like out to the world. Is crotch a bad word? I don't know. Okay, so this first tip is dance through your shots. So instead of posing and then waiting for the photographer to capture it, and then posing to the next thing, and then waiting and posing again, and then going to the next pose, move through your shots. So instead of moving to your shots, think move through your shots. So move to one pose, and then as you're moving to the next pose, the photographer can capture all the things that happen in between pose 1 and pose 2. And a lot of the times my favorite pictures end up being the ones in between the first pose and the next pose. It also helps to think of a song and keep that in your head as you move, and that'll keep you on a good pace. Or you can just shoot to music. So move through your shots and keep it really fluid instead of posing and holding. This will also keep your shots looking really natural, and you'll have this kind of candid, artsy movement thing going on in your shots instead of feeling really posed and kind of artificial. The next thing is to project confidence. So a lot of the times you feel like your shoulders are back and your chin is up and you're showing that you're confident, but you have to almost exaggerate for the camera. It's not gonna pick up on those cues like the human eye would. So if you feel like your shoulders are back, put them back even a little bit more. If you feel like your chin is up, put it up a tiny bit more. Making sure that you keep eye contact with the camera lens, but also really holding that nice regal posture thing in your shots. So projecting that confidence with things like putting your shoulders back and keeping your eye contact with the lens will really make your shots elevated and look like you know what you're doing, even if you feel like you're not. So fake it till you make it, and you gon' see the fruits of that labor, baby. This one is something that I noticed a lot of people doing when I was on the other side of the camera, and it's holding your breath. So make sure that you breathe in every single shot, in every single pose, because if not, it tends to look really stiff and held instead of natural and comfortable. So make sure that every time you pose, you're breathing as well, and you're not just holding it in until you hear that shutter go off, and you'll be surprised at how much of a difference that makes. Alright guys, so those are my tips and some of my favorite poses that I use on Instagram. I think my voice just cracked. Oh, come on, teenage boy voice crack. If you like this video or you want more Instagram tips and tricks, make sure you leave a comment down below so I know what you guys are feeling. Follow me if you don't already on Instagram. I'll put that right on the screen. And make sure you tag me or DM me any of the shots that you use these poses in, because then I can see them. Alright guys, until next time, I will see you soon, and thanks for checking out this video. Mwah, mwah, mwah.